Hello, hi.
Welcome to Atelier Moessmer Norbert Niederkofler, the restaurant that made Michelin history, earning 3 stars in just 4 months. Chef Niederkofler is a legend in Italian gastronomy, previously holding 3 stars at the famed St. Hubertus since 2017. We're here in this restored 19th century villa, nestled in the heart of Brunico, Italy, to discover what his fully realized philosophy, Cook the Mountain, truly means. This is S3, Italy.
So we're about to have our first few bites here in the lounge area. First impressions, you know this is going to be a service-oriented experience.
It's just an edifice in the mountains. Today's menu consists of 14 courses. We had 2 a la carte classic add-ons on the beverage pairing for a total of €605 per person.
Committees from Lawrence Martini. Less than 20,000 bottles produced each year. It's Weissburgunder, Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
2008, when we get the stars, I said, okay, what I'm going to do now? And I started to ask the guests, I said, why are you coming? And everybody said, well, we are coming for the nature, we're coming for the food. And so I started to work on Cook the Mountain. One rule is no greenhouses. You depend 100% on nature. You have to think nature in a completely different way. So we are not using any olive oil, no citrus. So we had to find acidity.
Tart has been done with the fat from the livers of our animals that has been melted and slightly smoked. In the middle we put this carb being made with the sprouts, the first one on the spring season. On top large that has been marinated with a grapeseed oil. Waffle made with tallow, lightly smoked. On top we have a lardo, usually it's made from pork. In this case we use pike perch, aged for a couple of weeks. Surf and turf, chicken millefoglie that has been made with a chicken skin, marinated in salt and mountain herbs, cooked over the fire. In the middle we have tarma salata. We use the eggs of the fishes that has been emulsified. And in conclusion we have this cookie from local corn that has been toasted over the fire. In the middle zoncola, cheese being aged in a bunker for about 6 months.
My most important work is to train young people. Give what I learned, to give my knowledge to the next generations.
This house was once residence of the owner of the Moesmmer textile factory, supplying fabrics to world-famous designers including Louis Vuitton, Prada, and Brunello Cucinelli.
This was done before World War I, and you can still produce them. And here you go out in the garden. Up there is the other restaurant. Everything what we are printing also in here, it's printed on apple paper, 100% recycled from the waste of the apple. The cover is done in apple skin. For every season, the to-do list. So what do I have to do in spring in order to have product next winter? Here is the dining room. And then we had to move the new part away so that you really can see what is old and what is new.
I love how you've maintained, I guess maybe you had to, maintained all the oak, just oak everywhere.
This was our decision.
Yeah, it's incredible.
This dish has a high acidity and is very straightforward. The kombucha, instead, is also super fresh, like the salad, but it has this sweet touch, verbena and apple.
We are starting with our spring salad.
The salad is changing every single season, and every single season has like different bites, different notes, different flavors.
Inside you're gonna find the skin of all the vegetables to give the crunchiness. We finish up with this tough noodle. The tradition once, and on the springtime, when the farmers are taking all the animals up to the mountain, all the women that were making this kind of bread that has been fried and dipped in brown butter.
We have one local Sauvignon Blanc and one Austrian Sauvignon Blanc. A local one, warm climate, so the wine is riper, the fruit is more ripe. Austrian Sauvignon Blanc is a cool climate region, high saltiness and minerality. Breaks through the next dish and refreshes your palate.
This sauce that has been done with all the part of the fish infused with the asparagus, grapeseed oil, and bay leaf. The trout given two different kinds of smokings. The first one is called the smoking process in our spec rooms. The second one is exactly here on our fireplace, the hot smoking process. On top of the trout, you're gonna find the trout eggs.
It's interesting, I've never tasted two different kinds of smoke before. Fresh fire smoke and then more aged smoky flavor. Just complements the fish so well.
Beautifully light, mild, like very refined. And then the sauce, for some reason, just feels very nostalgic and homey and something that you would receive at like, your grandmother's home.
We have today around 30 farmers who work directly for us. We have no middleman. We had to learn to work with biodiversity. So today we work something between 400 to 500 different types of vegetables, different types of berries, different types of mushrooms, different types of roots, and different types of wild herbs.
All these kind of vegetables that are like being divided in verdure, these are actually like vegetables, in different kind of vinegars, soy sauce solutions, fermentation solutions, but also the liquid is really important. It was only water and salt. Okay, but the liquid after 6 months is absorbing the flavor. So this is flavor that is going on. And in the other side, as you can see, all the mushrooms. Then we have barbecue sauce that we made from our vegetables. Actually, the fish lardo, okay, that you had before. We're gonna take it on Monday with all those kind of ham, and we're going to the spec rooms. We hang them there, and then we let them go. If you come here straight on the first day of the winter menu, this room is full of jars. So we are working actually with like a lot of local suppliers. Christoph joined the family. We get the butter from him, all the yogurt. So he has like a little factory, only 12 cows. Amazing dairy products actually.
Here we have our bread with some mountain butter. And we whip a little bit to make more cream and serve naturally with our bread.
It's almost like whipped cream, that kind of density. It's really nice.
Schiava or Vernaccia, it's a native variety from our region, something very light red. It's great to pair with our food, for example with our beetroot gnocchi. To go with Vernaccia is a great pairing.
This is one of the signature dishes, beetroot gnocchi, mountain potatoes infused with a reduction of beetroot. Inside, gnocchi is liquid, so I suggest to eat it in one bite. It's been stuffed with a horseradish infusion.
This gnocchi dish is an add-on, and if you are here, you have to get it because it's incredibly fun.
It's a shell instead of a real gnocchi bite, but you still get that sense of texture. It's almost like a horseradish burst. Wonderful.
It almost reminds me of like a little bit of a mochi texture. It's beautiful, it's chewy, and aesthetically they look exactly like a beetroot. They're glistening.
This is a bottar down with the trout egg, and then we have slightly smoked with the juniper grated and put it on top of the spaghetti. The eggs that has been pasteurized in a jar with a lemon thyme oil, white currant, aromatic powder made from dried bay leaves.
The pasta kind of highlights the whole cook the mountain concept. You taste it, and most of the tastes are unfamiliar, and at first you're like, what is this? But then when you think about it in terms of the concept, where all of the flavor, the herbs, the oil, even the shaved fish flakes on top, it's all just from this little area. So it makes it for a really fun and interesting and dynamic meal.
We don't do a fixed wine pairing, so we play with our guests from the States. We won't serve them a Riesling from the States. We will serve them local Riesling. Also something we love to do, put 2 Riesling or 2 Sauvignon or 2 Chardonnay from different countries, and sometimes the local wine can win versus a big name.
Chardonnay Löwengang from the winery Alois Lageda. It's a kind of legend in our region, creaminess, but always also a nice hint of acidity. Other pairing we love to do is champagne. It refreshes your palate and you're ready for the next course. The sweetbreads are prepared super old school. Open fire, then a handful of butter in it. We pan fry mountain mint barley. Everything served on this sauce made of bees, also wild sorrel.
Butter heavy, extremely crispy exterior with sort of a crackling fire crisp. Very, very nicely complemented with the champagne actually. It's a really, really clever combination.
Very special dish, which is not in the menu.
I will not explain what is this. I'll just tell you that like we are in Italy, so it's the land of pasta.
So it's pasta that's not pasta? It's either something from here or it's like something from here. That's slowly narrowing in on what this might be.
Flavor profile tastes like intestines. It has a bit of gummy, chewy texture. Interesting. You know something is off.
Last, and the most important concept is no waste. Animal, we buy always the whole animal. We work every part. So this is cooked amount.
The producer Piero Berevelli makes this Barolo in a very traditional way, using only large oak barrels, more on the elegance coming from the variety.
Grigio alpina, cook over the fireplace. Matteo now is serving this sauce made with the bones of the same animal, okay, made with spring herbs, and on the bottom, kimchi. The other side we have chicken wings that have been stuffed with the heart and the lung from the Grigio alpina, cook over the fireplace.
We have the only freezer where we keep all the berries. So we forage especially berries on the peak, and then we freeze them, the blast chiller straight away, and then we keep them. The only freezer, as you can see, then now, for example, we are starting to forage the sprouts. And this one, they're going on maybe on the winter. So I don't know in which dish still, but we will figure it out. So the youngest person of the team, we let them, we say, okay, take 1 kilo, do something that you want. And then maybe from a mistake, from, I don't know, someone maybe is burning or is like forgetting stuff in the oven, and then the caramelization, the acidity can bring ideas. So this is what we are looking for also. I mean, it's not something that like, say, we discover, okay? Because Norbert grandma, my grandma, I mean, I remember, I'm also coming from a mountain town, so they were doing the same, to feed the family, just like fermenting and storing stuff. Then, you need this one in the winter, you don't have tomatoes, you don't have anything. So, to feed the family. Us, we do exactly the same, respecting, of course, the nature, and then trying to bring it in another level, and trying especially to tell people that on this way is like, for us, is the best way to go on the future.
We love to serve a red sweet wine. It's something very traditional in our region. It's Rosen Muscatella, Moscato Rosa. Very nice small winery, and it's a Valkyrie. It has this red flavor, something very special. After, a sweet wine from Manico. It's Le Petit. The grape is Petit Manseng. Super concentrated.
Spring salad made from Alessio. All the berries, the fresh one, the preserved one. We are finished up with a little sauce that is being done with strawberries, wild strawberries from mountain, and rhubarb.
A beautiful expression of the region through berries. It has all the flavor profiles. It's sweet, it's sour, it's acidic, it's crunchy, it's fermented and cold. It's lovely.
Bread and cheese, it's a very traditional dessert, but Alessio did a very special one for you. We have the pain brioche, then you can see the cheese, it's a blue cheese, and on top we have a cream, the plums. We are not going to use like cinnamon, because cinnamon is not growing here in the mountains, but instead we have a very special one. The name of this one is Meisterwurz.
Something light to finish. A big classic of our restaurant. Tartatin, made with glazed apples from our region. Freshly made yogurt ice cream from our farmer Christoph, an organic farmer which has only 14 cows.
Super traditional, incredibly fresh ice cream, really nice salt, really nice acid, and nice caramel apple. Just wonderful. Flaky pastry, perfect way to end the meal. To end this incredible experience, we're taken back to the lounge for the final petit fours. For more detailed descriptions of the dishes and our final ranking, please visit our website. Thanks for watching.